in silence but no relief. Can you scream without a sound? Like the freeze that's coming down. Barren space where nothing grows. A secret place where no one goes.
This is your reminder that our Old Gods of Appalachia playthrough, actual play, is horror and thus is not suitable for everyone, especially this late at night. Usually not our players. So, discretion is advised, and the things we get into are quite dark and mysterious. So, use your discretion, family. Now, we'll get into smoke, black smoke, iron infusing itself in stone, causing purple rocks just the right size for slingshots. Violet wrapped around iron that can pierce a squirrel and cut their bone. Perfect for the enterprising youngster or for a desperate musketman. All these had gone across this Mother Appalachia long before the railroad cut its way through. Back then, travel was slow. You could run. You could hide, and the only thing that you really had to worry about was the woods around, the darkness underneath, the darkness and the people you might meet. But the darkness you left behind stayed where it was supposed to. But then the great nation began hiring company after company. Contracts were given out. And the things beneath these mountains call. Put their tendrils to those who would tear and kill and let people bleed and die as ritual sacrifice to unite this land, coast to coast. So darkness could follow you wherever you might roam, as long as it was connected by steel wood laid over the place where people had died in blood. And thus, at many a train station, in a city that was so nice, they named it twice. But even that was a lie, as there was a third name given to it. One that is not spoken but by a few, and it is there that a man boards a train. It is there that he is sent For one has fled this mighty city, one that did not belong there. No, they had come here seeking relief from the inner darkness of these hills and found a reality too discomforting, and so they had fled back here, hoping that these hills would shadow them, hoping that the green might hide and keep them far from what they had seen. But that's not why these railways were built, no. And so a man in a pinstripe suit, a suitcase and violin case, board a train, bound for Ever County. Now he could not know what was going on there, as Basil, Charlie, and Ruby and Ivy found the ground beneath their feet shifting. Teeth coming up, choking on a blood smoke trail that was meant to bind, that was meant to lure this thing here. And lured it had, bound by darkness from Charlie's own heart. It was this they had to get, this they had to subdue somehow, than to beat dog and man and gun and get out of these tobacco fields of Kennett Penitentiary, and hopefully these loved ones whose only real crime had been trying to leave this place to survive home. But the sun is moving still. The blessings of the 9 wolves that had been given to them is soon to be gone. And the question, will they end up eaten or fleeing, has yet to be answered. And to answer that, we start with our initiative challenge.
So, can you get a GM intrusion on what initiative challenge?
Darn right I could do a GM and choose our initiative challenge.
Well, you're welcome. That's the way I've been fixing it off.
Nope, 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 nope.
I thought I got a 1 too, but it's actually a 7. So
How am I higher than both of you with a 9?
Well, I got a. It helps, honey. I got a 16.
All right.
It's going first.
Yes, that's right. Charlie's going to go first. This thing of teeth and tobacco will go second, and then the rest of you will follow. Now, that one. Ivy had done her charm right, had done the thing that had called this thing that at once is many and one, devouring, keeper and eater, all. And the ground beneath Ivy's feet shifted, pulling her down past rows of hooked teeth, meant to be welcoming to that which would come in and tearing that which would seek to leave. Ivy, you find yourself falling down 20 feet. 20 more to go before you see a hole in the ground where mouse and mole are struggling but find themselves either skewered or sinking in. And there are many, many growls beneath that hole. So you are caught. But Charlie, you get to go first.
Okay. So is Ivy caught by... Is she being actively pulled in by this thing?
Yes, it is sloped in such a way where she's actively fallen.
Okay, but it's sort of... Sorry, this doesn't sound really granular, but it's important.
Sure.
Is it's gravity that's causing the movement, not the creature actually actively grabbing her and pulling her?
Correct.
Okay.
It's more of a gravity. Like, it's designed to make somebody fall.
Sure.
But
sure.
it is, yes, but gravity is the force.
Sure. Sorry, I should have just asked this straight up. If I get this thing to lose its turn, does that stop Ivy from falling, or is the falling just...
It would not stop her from falling.
Gotcha. All right.
But I am right there.
Well, you're 20 feet away now because she's falling away. But yeah.
How far can Charlie move?
This would be intermediate distance. You could go to a short distance.
Is there any chance that Charlie could just dash, leap, and try to grab her to stop her from falling?
I'll give you a devil's bargain. I will let you attempt that.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh, yeah.
However, being as noticed as you are going against this, we're going to call 3 and below a GM intrusion for this.
Okay.
But if you meet it, you will be able to grab her and stop her descent.
Okay. All right. So
It'll be a physical challenge.
might challenge.
Me while I find some food to stress eat on.
Okay. Well, yeah, if he can, that's 100% what Charlie's going to do.
Okay.
Let me quickly look and see if I have anything that helps, which I don't think I do, because this is not a might defense.
No.
Right? Okay.
No, it's a might test.
Might test. Gotcha. Oh, I think all I can do is give some effort into this.
All right. Your bands are there. So that's 2. No, that's 1. It's 1 hindered. So
Yes.
perfect. So currently that will get this down between your might and that. You need a 15 or higher.
Oh, jeez. And a 3 or lower is another GM intrusion.
That's right. It gets much worse.
Yeah. Well,
Stop being so happy about it.
It's my job. You pay me to do this.
that is the weirdness of this entire situation. No, so Charlie sees Ivy slip and start falling, and he doesn't even think. He is just moving before his brain catches up, and that is a 7.
All right. You move down here as quick as you can, grabbing the teeth.
Hold on, can I expend an XP
To reroll the die, certainly.
to reroll the die?
Mhm.
Can I do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. $18.
Woo! There we go. Charlie seeing this, the girl that in ways was his first welcome, warm handshake into this world of darkness after he made his deal. After he had traded what he had traded, after he had gone, who showed him, who walked with him through many trials, the one who had given him a home, seeing her now going down into darkness and unending torture, runs and grabs bounds and streams of his music, holding the thing still as he hooks Avi by her arm and pulls her. So both move just out of reach on ground that no longer is tilted.
It's not today, Ivy. Not yet. Not for you and me.
Thank you.
All right. Now, the thing robbed of its meal lurches. And what looks awfully like a forked tongue moves out of the central hole. It moves, and at first coming out and then going almost limp upon this maw of teeth until it begins to skitter on thousands of legs like a centipede, moving itself out, coming up the teeth itself, the forked tongues, bladed and sharp, barbed, meant for sticking and pulling, as it's going right up to Charlie, I believe. So this would be a speed defense.
Okay, speed defense. I am trained in that,
Excellent.
and I am going to put effort into it.
All right, then we're back to 15 or higher.
Jeez. Oh. That's a 7.
Okay. Because I realized it was hindered too, so it would have been 12 or higher. But that being said, it still fails. So, sticks in. It crawls. As it gets within about 3 feet, you see the many, many legs bend and lurch. This thing flying through the air, jumping as the two stickers come into your leg, almost as though they grasp the bone of your thigh and pull. That is 4 might coming at you from your pool. Minus any armor
Okay,
you may
I have 2 levels of armor thanks to the charm of protection.
Nice. Let's do damage. However, you are unable to change your position as it is now hooked into you.
Gotcha. Ivy, get back to your circle. Do whatever it is you're going to do. Don't worry about me. Get back to what you were doing.
All right. Then, Basil, Ruby, and Ivy, you may go in whatever order you see fit.
I have no fucking clue what to do. So whoever wants to be in front of me, go for it.
Yeah, you should brush more often. Shake them bones.
Charlie looks up at Ruby. That's the best you got.
Freaking. Okay.
That's 2 minus 2 psychic?
Let me know.
Or that's a psychic intellect.
I think so, yeah. Let me double check. Where are my pictures? Hold on.
My parents were listening to this, and how scared you all get, they just think it's hilarious. They're so scared.
Yeah. Pictures and photos. Oh my god, my brain is not working. I am so sorry. Shake them bones. Shake them bones. Hear me now. Shake them bones. Yeah. 2 points of might and 2 points of intellect.
All right. You see
I
the
just
things.
remembered what I have. Never mind.
The thing's thick hide absorbs this. The physical, as you yell, and it quakes, but it will take its 2 intellect. All right, as it lurches and screams. Javier Basil.
Y'all gave me dynamite last session. I'm chucking it.
I know I did. That's why I'm glad you waited.
Right at the mouth.
Do it.
Like, whatever I can see, that is getting chucked at.
All right. It's up to you. This could be speed or might.
Let's do might because I have an edge in that one.
All right.
I will
So this starts at 7. Ribbons down to 6. Then if you're spending effort, that puts it down to 5 for a 15 or higher.
Okay. Wee. Oh, son of a monkey! I just threw the dice because I'm so scared. 17.
Ooh. A bonus damage to boot.
Y'all, I watched it roll from a 2 and keep rolling, and I was like, I'm gonna die. 17.
All right.
I have no idea what damage a dynamite does.
I'm going to call it 10. And you throw it in as it lands perfectly in the hole. And there's a moment. And that would be 11. The thing is so big, what should tear apart a man, beast, hell, an elephant, or where one of those dinosaurs the kids are talking about. It should all go. But this thing is now angry and hungry still. The contents of its belly that had been digested now burnt and useless.
Why do
It
I
growls angrily.
Ivy, managing all this happening so quickly, getting pulled up from almost being devoured, covered in dirt, it's just inching towards the circle. And as she does, she pulls out her daddy's belt buckle, and places it in the circle, and goes, "In the name of my family." And on this turn, she's going to start using the action to. So next turn, she will ease the intellect steps by 2 for the next hour as she gets ready to start using her magic.
Okay. Gotcha.
To try, to do a ritual.
100%. All right. Love it. Then we'll back to Charlie.
Right. So, yeah. Okay. So he's sort of, this thing is on his leg, and he can't move, correct?
Right.
Okay. So he reaches his pocket, he pulls out the harmonica, and says, "All right, I hear that rumbling. You're hungry. I could tell back when I listened to the ground that you are hungry, you are starving. Well, guess what? So was I. And I know what hunger feels like. I know what that is like. And I know what I used to do to make myself forget it." And he's going to start playing. And this is going to be the Bewitch ability. And he's literally going to play the music he would play when he would go days without food.
All right.
So,
Good. All right. So then this will be intellect challenge.
yep. We're absolutely going to ease that by the one I can use it by. And I'm trained in music, so
Yeah. So that'll get down 3 steps so far to 12 or higher.
all right. That is a 12 on the mic. Shit.
I love this game. All right. So you play. And you remember back when your hunger needed soothing. The thing that called you to kill or steal to sate it. And your music made it still. And you put that out through the gifts that you have traded for. And its hunger, itself begins to cease its growl. You feel it relax, overtaken by your music, for as long as you're able to keep this up, as the pain in your leg grows, and you swear something's wiggling inside it.
Not thinking about that. Not thinking about that. Not thinking about that.
We're going to skip. So its turn goes because of your ability. And now we're back to Beza, Ruby, and Ivy.
How many sticks of dynamite did you guys give me?
I was not in charge of the dynamite. I have no idea.
I
don't
gave you
know.
1 stick of dynamite. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
Kick it.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to kick it right at where it's got Charlie.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so kick in there. That is actually going to be starting at a 5. So we're going to go down to 4 because of everything going on. What you got throwing? I think you got light, so I think that puts it down to 3. You doing anything else for this minor speed?
Nah, I'm just gonna kick it.
All right, put anything else towards it? Nope. So
Nope.
9 or higher.
18.
Woo-wee. What's your damage on that?
4, because it is a iron fist, basically, except it's iron leg.
Yeah, iron leg 4 plus the 2 for the 18. For 6. And with that, you kick this thing, and this many-legged tongue severs, releases, and falls out of Charlie's leg as you see, as it does, right around the tooth part, you see there is a mini tongue that looks like it was birthing out to travel up the leg that has been pulled out with it as it all dies and begins to go.
Everything's fine, Charlie. Don't look down. Everything's fine.
Charlie is desperately just playing the music, not looking at anything at this point, closing his eyes.
Ruben Ivy.
Ruby's going to try and distract it with interpretive dance. Keep it away from Ivy so she can do her thing.
Do you have anything for this, or you just go?
I have all tasks involving
Well-
physical performing arts. I am trained in,
Okay.
damn it.
All right. This is what I'll give you. To attempt this, I need you to spend 3 speed for me.
3 speed?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
This is
Oh.
crazy.
Yes, I know. But I need her to do her thing. I need her to
You
get
got
it
it.
done. So I'm gonna start doing a really strange interpretive dance, like over the top, like throwing myself around, looking like a wounded animal that's ready for the eating.
Yeah, I got you. Trying to bring it so it's like this is what I want to focus on. I'm
Yes.
good. Yeah. So this would be a speed challenge.
Speed challenge.
So it's already lowered 1, 2 because of Charlie technically, and then because of your training, that's 3. So it's down to a 12 or higher. Unless you want to put some stuff towards it.
Man, I ain't got nothing to put it on this. But that is a 12.
Woo! Right.
Oh, okay.
The teeth, as you move themselves, they shift almost like the hairs of a flytrap plant. As it shifts, the mouth instinctively moving towards you, the plane angle of the mouth bending slightly, becoming more solid for the others and more curved towards you, hunting this thing that is easy prey instinctively. Avi.
Ivy turns back for a second, sees the thing come out of Charlie, and then sees Ruby do this weird dance. It just shakes her head, goes like, no, focus, and pulls out the blood-soaked rag of every single person and drives her hand into the dirt and goes, I said, this is my land and my family's land. Our blood runs through this land. You will be halted here. No more will you go and devour. Your teeth will stain no more of the tobacco fields. You will stay and be bound to these parts with the power, with all of us together. We invoke the rights. And she is going to try to use magic.
All right. I like this. So, let's see here. You were given this blood by everybody to help bind this thing. So we'll lower that by 2. I think. Then you've got your intellect tasking already by 2. You've got use magic, which gives it by 1 already. So I believe that's right now we're at level 2, 6 or higher.
I'm totally spending 2 more points to drop it down just in case.
Does my interpretive dance not help in distraction?
It helped with something. Here we go. That is a 10.
All right.
I saw that one for a second. I was like, oh god.
Your binding moves, and ribbons of blood, of smoke ring around it. It calls. Chains of blood red and roots begin to move about this thing. But they are unanchored. They move. They call to those who had been running. Nine anchors are needed. And turning, your daddy looks back, sees what you have worked. On a go. It needs 9 souls. 9 who will keep it. I was supposed to die. I'd rather stay and hold it here, girl.
Dad. I understand.
Looks. You see, in those who've been trying to free, a mother turns to their daughter and a father to their son. You even see Sasha and Fritz. You remember them going off to be married on the train. As Fritz kisses Sasha, puts his hand on her belly, and says goodbye to 2. They approach, hands out. This blood red chain wraps around their wrists as your daddy leads them. We claim this land in blood, in sacrifice, not to feed, but to keep this thing. We keep it. And with that, the 9 come together. The chains form into one. Your daddy takes a wrapping. He wraps it around the chain. He rips. This was your mother's, Ivy. This was hers. Now listen to me. We can hold this for as long as we can. If this doesn't make it across the property line here, your magic won't hold. The charm will be undone. It's going to eat us right quick. You got to get out of here now. As whistles of escaping prisoners blow, something is up. And you hear a guard yell, "Mr. Slender! They're running!" And a howl like a lion and bear combined roars through the tobacco fields. What do you want to do?
Ivy reaches up and grabs it from her paw, holding his hand for a second. And go, I'll be strong for me and Toby. We got this. And she looks to the others. Goes, I'm sorry I wasn't powerful enough. But I'll protect yours. I'll treat them like they're mine. I won't forget about what you've done here. And then turns to her friends and goes, we gotta go.
He takes you, Ivy. It is with this task. It is with this that I name you warden. Upon getting back to that land, may it listen, may you keep it safe from all who would harm those on it, steal from the spring, or steal from the county.
She
Just
just
figure it out, girl.
nods, tears start coming down her face, and turns away quickly to Ruby and Charlie and Basil. We gotta go.
Well, we're already moving.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm between Ivy and the sound.
All right. As
Give
you
her the
run, you
best
see
hand.
Bianca at your feet.
Bianca! Girl, you scared the shit out of me! Let's go! And she kind of scoops her up and throws her around her shoulder, over her neck.
Charlie starts running, trying to ignore the soreness in the leg. He will whisper to either Basil or Ruby as they're running, whoever's closest. Just say, if I fall, do not let Ivy come back for me. Keep running. You keep running.
I was about to say the same damn thing.
Okay. All right, then. We're in agreement.
All right. Now, for this, something pursues you. To it, you are thieves. Interlopers that have come onto its land that it has kept the people It has won and dragged for good reason here. And you are usurpers of its will. It can't have that now. So, for this, you kind of tell me what all of you are doing for this unseen thing that pursues you. What are you trying to do to get to the line of which you hope to everything holy and maybe everything that it cannot cross right now?
Ivy is going to be using her abilities of sensing danger to try to just stay in tune with the nature and around them, and knowing what might be following them, just trying to mainly keep an eye, like noises and anything getting growing close. She wants to be the person to be aware of it.
Basil being trained in navigation and having all the county line maps and all the other fucking maps in her head is trying to make sure they take the shortest path.
Charlie is controlling his breathing. Again, based on his training he's gone through for singing and such, he's controlling his breathing, trying to make it sync up with his movements so that he keeps fast and steady. And he still has his harmonica in his hand.
Ruby is encouraging everyone to keep moving. Don't look back. Just keep moving. We just need to get there quickly. And doing what is it called? Encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes. To ease anything that may have to do with probably speed defense. Any speed defense that we may need.
And
All right.
actually, sorry, Charlie will also do encouragement specifically to Ivy because he has training in perception. So she said she was paying attention and trying to listen for things.
All right. So, the way this will work is this challenge, I'll let one of you roll based on what everyone is given, is to decide, quite honestly, if you make it or whatever it is pursues you catches you.
No pressure, y'all. No pressure.
Now, I will not tell you what number we are starting with,
Oh, God.
but in addition to what you have named, you can choose for some you are trying to rescue that you might just let lag behind so the greater good is served. For every person, I will ease it by 1.
Can't we just spend edge?
You've given what you will. I will tell you that the number it is currently at is possible, physically, to roll on a d20.
Well, hell.
How many might you let perish?
So, sorry.
How many old people do we got with us?
That's so wrong, but I understand.
Jeez. So, Matt.
Mhm.
He knows an answer.
Charlie has something hanging over his head still.
All right.
And he's got something. There was still a price that this seems like a situation where if he were to allow that to happen, it would increase his hatred for himself.
Oh yeah.
You clever boy.
So if he lets people perish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to let people perish.
Well, let's put it this way: the deal he made, it said that the entity, whatever it was, the era of hatred, said that it would let him. It would sort of dictate that
Right.
when the situation arose.
Yes. So, yeah, I think in this moment, yeah, it would make sense to me that Charlie is somewhat compelled. Though, I think I want to I like to keep that you as the player as that being a good place for it, which seems like
Okay.
you're saying. So I think that is
Yes.
a good place. I agree. So, because the purpose of that deal was not to take away player autonomy. So,
Right. Oh yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
No.
So if you're saying it's good, I agree.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
Okay. Yep. Yep. So, I mean, I don't know how, as a group, we want to do this in a meta sense. Charlie will certainly allow one person.
I think
to be killed.
I like the idea that you make it individual. What
Okay.
do you do to slow one down?
Hmm. Let me ponder that for a moment.
Sure.
Oh shit, we gotta slow them down ourselves?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
I'm not sure Basil would. I think Basil
Okay.
would let herself be slowed down.
So I think in the term of this is what I think. I don't think your group's going to let you personally sacrifice
Yeah.
No.
because I just think it would be too much in there. They would be like, "Well, I do this while I do that." So I think the only option anybody really has to lower this, and maybe if you're caught, you might try to do something to let everyone else get away. That could be something Basil does then. But I think in this moment, all that anybody can do is choose one of these prisoners to try to slow down.
The problem is Basil was left to die before.
And then Basil won't do it. I think that's
I
fine.
don't think she has it
Basil
in her.
chooses not to do it. Yeah, 100%.
I think what Charlie does is it's a mob of people running, and he, quote unquote, and he doesn't actually even touch anybody, but he, quote unquote, stumbles and falters momentarily to wind up in front of somebody, causing them to also stumble and fall back. He's had to run from things before. He knows this trick.
All right.
Oh. Ivy, knowing her magic needs a little more time and everything, sees that they're running through trees, and uses her magic to just push a branch into somebody's knee and breaks their leg.
I like it.
Shit! Oh no! I can't. Oh man!
You don't have to.
I know, but
Don't
I
have
know,
to.
but we gotta. Like, this is morally hard for me as a player, but I think for Ruby, she'd be more worried about the people she cares about and herself. And she would she would do a she'd tell Bianca to trip up one of the older fellas.
Ironically, I had the opposite problem. I'm more than willing as a player, but Basil would.
This just means Basil's like the the most
One
moral
woman.
out of all of us. Basil's the
Alright.
moral compass of this group.
Right.
We're
All right.
fucked.
Then everything together, therefore, lowers it by 7 steps, giving us down to a rating of 3. So 9 or higher on the dice.
I'll do it.
Go for it, Ivy.
Nothing bad can happen.
Sure.
That's a natural 20.
Yes! Yes!
Okay.
I'm gonna throw up.
What this means, of course, is we just sacrificed 3 people, technically for nothing.
You know that.
Shut your pie hole.
With a natural 20. Ivy. You see these people you have broken leg and put down as you reach the line. The green is with you. You feel the roiling of the land and the things beneath the land, the things that make your will more from your deal with the thing whose name sounded like Hornet Head but was not. It's all right there. You're about to get over the line. You've made good time. It's been distracted. And it is there from your ties to the darkness, to your ritual, to the green, all combining within you, your friends, sacrificing others, that you now have a choice. You may make sure these 3 that you are willing to sacrifice make it across. Or, right now, you can mystically exchange their places with your daddies and have him instead. But your natural 20 gives you a choice.
As Ivy watches each of the group pass over, and she looks back, seeing what her, Ruby, and Charlie did. She reaches out her hand towards them, and then looks down and turns her hand towards the side and goes, "Come on, Pa. You gotta get home to Toby." And steps across the border.
And with that, there's a grinding of metal as you see the 3 surrounded and choked by red chain pulled down. And they obey their witch and throw up your daddy across the property line. As you all cross and move far enough away from Kenan. And you go now for an hour to make your way before your bodies demand you stop. And there are some you've rescued. Your father stares at you, quiet, silent,
Ivy hasn't looked at him since
tearful.
she's kept her eyes down on the ground, knowing the price she just paid and knowing that he's not going to accept it. But she knows that Toby needs him more than he realizes.
what would you all like to do?
Charlie's also, he's got his hat pulled down over his face, like just down over his eyes, and he's acting like he's just breathing heavy, massaging his leg, like dealing with the pain, and that's why he's uncommunicative.
Here,
But
here, let me help you.
it's all right.
Ivy-
It's all right,
no,
Ivy.
no. Ivy comes
It's all
over
right,
just to
Ivy.
distract you,
Ivy,
and she
Ivy.
already places her hand on you, and you feel energy.
I'm all
I
right,
have
Ivy.
done this to you, so you get 2 back to your stat.
He sort of. Okay, thank you, Ivy. To make sure the others are okay. It's okay. I'm okay. Go. You'll tend to the others.
Oh, yeah,
And
I can do that.
Do we know, like, Ivy made that choice or no?
I think it was quite visual.
Okay.
You do see my daddy standing in the circle staring at me, probably with evil eye, mad
I
evil look.
think, I think you saw these 3 do the things to cause people to fall. Just puts a hand out. Like I feel like this is very known.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't feel like she hit it. I think it's very like you probably realize the choices she just made.
Right. Charlie, after Ivy does that, Charlie's just sitting in his spot and thinking in his head, was that enough? You damns. Fucking briars. Was that enough? And he's just stewing.
I think Basil's gonna go up to Ivy's dad. And being the awkward person she is, she's gonna be like, I ain't got right words, but from day one, it's about bringing you home. And we're gonna live with what we did. But you can't hold it against that child.
I just thought we raised her better.
You raised her to care about her brother more than anything else, and that boy needs you. She was thinking about Toby more than anything else. She knows what it's going to do to you and how you look at her. And she's willing to take that for her brother. And for every person in this town that has gone missing.
There are rules, prices.
Don't talk to us about prices.
There's sacrifices.
Sir, with all due fucking respect, you have no fucking clue the sacrifices the 4 of us have made in the last few months to keep this town from falling into the depths of hell.
Give me an intellect challenge.
I'm gonna use some edge, y'all. Please be a good roll. 15.
Let's see. Right. With all the hell they've been putting us through, hell must have been going in out there for them to be able to get away with it.
Well, sir, one person tried to eat us, another person wants to wear me as a suit. And that's the calmest shit that's happened.
You ran into Tom. He hit?
No. He over the line. Right? Maybe. Oh, fuck. I don't know.
He's a hoot. Now,
That's the whole goddamn family's weird.
well, I worked on a thing once or twice. So
I don't want to know. I don't want to
the
know.
point is, you're right. You're right. Now,
I usually am, but ain't nobody listen.
And he moves, and he comes over to you, Ivy. Puts his hand on your shoulder. Girl, I think we both are having a lot of feelings right now. But I need you to know I'm proud of you. Whatever choices you made, you've done good through them for others as well as yourself. And it is far easier in this world to only do good for ourselves. That you worked others in there. Girl, you did good.
She just hugs him and looks up at him. Toby's gonna be so excited.
Yeah. Looks at others who stare at him. But my sweetheart, she followed your example. And now you're. What's done is done. It has been done. You want to have this now? You want to have this fight now? Or do we got bigger issues?
Hearing that, I think Ivy kind of just puts her hand on her dad's chest to like tell him to hold, and she kind of turns to the people, goes, "Don't be angry with him. It was not his choice. You can blame me. It is fine. I have accepted that what I've done. But today you all get to go home. Accept that. Some may not leave, but they knew what they were getting themselves into. And before today, they didn't even think they had that chance in the first place. But they get to at least smile down from above or below, knowing that each and one of you," she kind of looks at each of them, "get to return to their families and loved ones. But like I said, if you need to be angry at anyone, I will walk with the pain and your anger, but only me."
Nah, honey, it's gonna be me too.
I saw what all you all did. Man. Y'all. Your dad is right. You did good. But none of y'all actually good.
In this
But we
world,
still thank you. Damned as we are.
We're damned if we do and damned if we don't. That's all there is to it.
Y'all look. And it is good. Folk of these mountains often do. They just keep quiet for now. All right. So, we're coming to the end of Story 3 Finders Keepers.
Y'all, I'm sweating so hard.
All right. So we got some end arc things to process. This was very long. I think the longest parts we've done. As such, I feel like I need to give you all about 6 XP.
Woohoo.
to process. So you can have those, do with as you want. Remember, you can spend XP to do some arc things as well, some social things, and we can start to process the time between. Um, I also think, given everything that we've investigated a bit, this is a fairly good time to time skip. So if you want to have some things that occur over time, I think this works out. This is a good time for it as well. We can
I'm
already do
100% doing a defamation campaign against the warden. However I have to do it, I will do it. Because
but
fudge him and his little whatever the hell he's trying to do to everyone.
I think 3 or 4 months would do us good. What do y'all think?
Yeah, that works. There's
Yeah.
there's a project Charlie is actually going to rope Basil into.
Nice.
Does it involve charts?
It involves research.
Woohoo!
All right. So you can go through. If you look in the book, there are these things that you can spend. I think it's 1 to 3, or is it just 3? I'm trying to pull it up here.
It
Three.
varies. There's some stuff that's cost 2, some stuff that costs 3, I think.
Long-term benefits are spending 3 XP. Mid and short-term benefits are spending 2 XP.
I gotta
Okay.
find the book.
Yeah, so the long term, anything long is pretty much going to be the 3.
I don't think I ever used any of my XP last time because I have 12.
All right. Remember, you can also spend it to upgrade yourself. Fill in those boxes towards your experience track.
How much is advancement?
Each advancement is 4.
It's 4. That's what I thought. I just couldn't remember.
All right. And anyone listen, this is where we're doing a little bit of gamey things. As we're some mechanics.
Let's do that.
So we've had a lot of story.
I will.
I think I'm good.
With 2 edge.
Yeah. So the whole thing is once you do every advancement, you move up a tier.
Move up a tier?
Yeah, so you're tier
No.
1 character right now.
So you'd have to get to tier 2 for abilities and stuff. We'd have to fill up all those.
Oh.
So the one that's listed at the top of the sheet as other can be used in place of one of the other 4, I believe.
I don't think it's in place of.
Oh.
I think
thought
you
you
do it
only-
as well.
Oh, okay.
Let me double check that.
Someone tell me what page I'm looking at, please.
Not a clue.
Oh,
So the pages are 164 in the book and 163 for other is what it says. 163.
We can reset our pools, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because we're at the end of a story. Yeah, so the way I'm doing it, just to keep our things, is the pools reset at the end of a story,
Gotcha.
and then we have parts within the story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so it's 4 steps that you purchase.
Okay, so it's 4 of the advancements,
Yes.
and the other can be one of those advancements.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're purchasing a long term, I'm guessing, or a short term.
Well, no, it's whatever it lists on the sheet there. I think that's getting a
Long term.
extra ability
Okay.
is what that other is. If
Yep.
you
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
Yep.
it is. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
what
I got
I.
my
Yep,
item.
that's what I used for my first advancement.
yeah, but
Or-
once you get 4 advancements, then you go up a tier.
Okay.
I think.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend 4 now for at least 1 advancement to get another edge in intellect.
Oh yes, the special options are as follows: reduce the cost for wearing armor, add 2 to your recovery rolls, select another focus available to you at tier 3, but you must be tier 3, or select another character ability from your type. And that replaces one of the other ones. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, what were those?
The options
Yeah.
from the other, you can reduce the cost from wearing armor, which normally lowers your speed by 1.
Yeah, I ain't got armor.
You can add 2 to your recovery rolls. So right now, I think it's 1d6 plus 1. You'd be 1d6 plus 3.
Uh-huh.
And then select another character ability from your type.
Excuse me.
And I believe you can spend NXP to grab a character arc as well.
I don't even know what the character arcs are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's probably.
So
I don't know.
if we, because I've got a character, I think we started, or at least I started with a character arc, though I don't think, not sure much of it got done on this one, but that's something I was gonna. That's related to the project I was gonna have Charlie do with Basil over the time skip, actually.
Yeah. That's fine.
So I can send you and follow stuff about that later.
You know, I'm just really actually going to start working on it too, like research. I'm a dork.
So
I have no idea what to improve, guys.
yes, I'll clear this with you, Matt. Can I spend 3 of my XP to include this my character arc story? Since I'm a teacher now, can I start forming a small coven of children?
Sorry.
Okay.
Just secretly taking them out, teaching them like about the green and about like nature.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think that's definitely. Yeah, you have these rewards of putting them out there, and
I'm now a warden now, so
yeah.
you know,
I think you're basically spending 3 for the warden title, and then
yeah.
that's part of that kind of is
Cool.
related to it.
Could I, and again, I don't know, details can be worked out later. Can I use 3? One of the things you can do for a long-term benefit is a contact, and yeah, a contact, somebody who knows and is very well versed in the local music of the area. This is related to Charlie's arc of trying to figure out the music in his dream.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, we'd want to come up with somebody I think in town. Or it'd probably be out of county actually, because Avery County kind of is this strange place. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking somebody who, because Charlie's music is what he's versed in is sort of the blues that he picked up in Memphis and more of those sort of urban centers where that stuff was happening. But he's fairly certain now that he has to figure out what the music of this area is, and he
Gotcha.
has to become more versed in it. So I don't know, like an old blind musician or something.
Yeah,
Somebody who's
I like it. I think we can go from the people you rescued just now,
okay.
and I think that's maybe why we haven't seen them.
Okay.
And yeah, start working out. Yeah, I think just that. I think after seeing you do what you did, rescuing him, he's willing to help you out.
Okay.
Someone you could definitely go to with those XP. Uh,
Can I spend 4 of my experience points to become skill training and train in, I don't know, hearing or noticing danger, since now I'm paranoid?
yeah, I mean that's one of your advancements, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna move
Yeah,
that over
sensing
then.
danger. Yeah.
Okay. There, -4. Right. That's 8. Okay. All right. That's what I got. So
All right. I like. Okay, we're gonna have their name Ezra Pembroke for you, Charlie.
Okay. Okay. And I think that a big part of it is just like it's about actually just kind of almost learning the music from him.
Yeah.
Because I think what he's going to ask Basil for help with is the more academic side. He's going to ask Basil. It'll probably take a week or so for Charlie to get out of the funk he's in. But he'll go to the library and ask Basil to help him research whatever is known about the history from an academic standpoint of the music of the region.
easy enough.
And with Ezra, he might even try to, he's never been able to, but he will try to mimic what he's hearing in his dream to see if Ezra has any familiarity. That's the kind of stuff that they would talk about.
I think I should have done this before, but I just read it now. That I can spend the 3 XP to make sure that I am wealthy. I think I had put that in my backstory, but I'm gonna do it just to make sure that it's legit now. I'm gonna spend it to make sure. Okay.
How
Okay.
wealthy are you?
I was a debutante, darling.
You could own like 5 mouses and you're just like living free.
The main benefit is the PC no longer needs to worry about the cost of simple equipment, lodging, food, and so on. This wealth can mean a large set amount, or it could be bestowed the ability to ignore minor costs as decided by the player and the GM. She would like money, old money.
Makes sense. You're always at home.
Why do you think I was just like, I was just go buy it, honey. I'll give you the money. It's fine.
Yeah.
She has no concept of money. That's where kind of money we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. So basically, just common things, just or whatever. Never has to worry about any of that. So.
Yeah.
Are you telling me, Basil, that we've been living off my malformed dumplings for the last 2 weeks for nothing?
Hey, that's old money. They don't spend bottom on food. They do what they can. That's why they have money.
I appreciate the encouragement, but you all know my dumplings are not good.
I beg to differ. They're edible. They're fine. We had a cook that we used to call Typhoon Mary because she kept giving everyone typho because they won't wash her hands. You're better than her.
That's
actually true history.
That is a low bar, and I imagine this is the conversations that Charlie and Basil have in the library while they're looking stuff up. It's just back and forth constantly.
Now we can only spend the 4 advancements once, right? We can't do it twice.
You can do each one.
No, I mean, I'm saying I can't do 2 right now. I can only do 1 right now.
No, you can do them all now.
Oh.
As many as you want.
I might do another one.
Yeah, because it was saying in the book, like, you could choose to level up all those and not do character, like, arcs and for your character's plot. But that just means your character's more beefy, but doesn't really have a plot in the story. I actually liked how the book referenced that. They're like, yeah, you could do that, but if you want to be, like, double it, that's, like, how you... So then you can build yourself a story and not just be, like, all stat.
I'm also probably going to hang on to at least a couple XP for whatever is thrown at us next, because goodness, that 1 XP I spent today was useful.
I'm also saving 1.
Okay, my brain's not working. If I put another point into effort, what does that mean?
You can spend more effort, I think.
Yeah, but I think, remember, you can only do it. You probably already did that. That's why your effort's already there. So you probably already did that track, one of those tracks.
No, I put one to the edge of my choice.
Yeah, because there's an extra effort one.
Yes, there's an edge and there's an effort. Yeah. So what effort means is that you can apply 2 effort to that thing instead of 1.
I'm doing that one.
Okay, so it would lower it down by 2 tiers for how many if you spent 3?
No.
Like, oh.
So the way it works is if you want to spend 2 effort. So right now all you can ever do is put 1 effort if you have an effort of 1 in it.
Okay, gotcha.
If you have 2 effort in one of that, then, or I think it's 2 effort in general, is how that works, right? Because you just have a general effort score on the sheet,
which is 1 for me.
Yeah, which means you can put two towards anything, up to 2 towards anything, which means you spend 3 for the first one and 2 for the second one for a total of 5.
Okay.
And if you had edge, that would, like normal, reduce that cost from the total amount.
Gotcha.
So if you're doing it, you'd go 3 plus 2 is 5, minus my edge, let's say it's 2 for 3.
Okay, it just means you can spend that extra to lower that. Gotcha.
Yeah, but right now you can't, right?
That's what I'm
doing. But she could, yeah.
Right, she's doing that, therefore in that now she can spend more points.
Spend 5. Yep.
Now I can be an even bigger nerd with my 2 edge and intellect and my 2 effort.
I know I have 2 edge and intellect now, so most of my magic comes free. That's why I'm like, I'm starting at 11.
The only thing I can do in a fight is kick something, but if we ever get lost in the woods, I'm your girl.
And I will now finally, because more than a week will have passed, I will delete that charm of protection from my inventory.
I have absolutely no ciphers because they ate my one cipher that I had left.
Yeah, I don't have any ciphers at the moment either. But that also came in handy. I wasn't fully at 0 might, but you could see it from there.
I was at 2 might. I'm not gonna lie, because I used all my might on that goddamn tree. Gesundheit.
All right. Anything else?
I think we're pretty good.
I'll let you know. I'm gonna ponder whether I use any more of the XP, but at the moment I've just did 1 advancement to add a second edge, and then the 3 for the contact.
Gotcha. All right. So, if we got all the questions answered, then
I think so.
You good, Courtney? Or as good as you can be?
I mean, I really had nothing to do, so yeah.
All right. Was there any like long-term stuff that you think Ruby wanted?
I don't know what's available to long term.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know. Let me get it up here. But it's also like anything like it's also things you could think of, but the broad categories are like contact, home, a title job or position in the community, and wealth. But that's all that it can include. You can also think of any type of long-term change or thing you want, and we could figure it out. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, but I don't even know long term goals for myself. How am I supposed to figure that out for Ruby?
Fair point.
I don't. I
So
don't.
part of this would be like if you wanted, like I think as I'm brainstorming things for Ruby, it would be something like if there was something now between you and some of the people in the bar of the banana split.
Am I going to be their hooker?
No,
No.
unless you want to be, I
Wow.
guess. But like,
I mean, if you want
I
to,
guess
but
if you want to take your character that direction. But no, I mean, or if it's like the ladies respect you, or you just have enough naughty that sometimes they'll listen to you if you want, or you know what I'm saying. So there's some of
You
those. I'm
could
trying
gain
to
the respect of the church ladies.
Gain the respect of the church ladies. I'm gonna show a
Fudge
little bit more
them.
leg.
You could like maybe some of the grandsons were rescued and you got them, and then so now like they might do something for you or start a rumor for you, or you provided such good like you could think of things like that, like things in the community, or whether you can go to the mayor or there's things you can.
Oh, run for mayor.
I'm not gonna run for mayor. She is not a politician.
But there is title, job, or position. So if there's something that Ruby wanted with that,
Take over the church ladies' jobs.
church lady position, church.
Okay. If she's any, she would probably be better off running for politician than church lady position. Honestly,
I mean, you could have a position in the banana split, or you can really do anything. I'm just giving you some options.
yeah, she'll be a cocktail waitress. How about that?
You start serving drinks in the banana split.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Probably
gonna
makes more
start
money
doing.
than all the rest of us.
All I gotta do is show a little bit more shoulder and a little bit more ankle.
Right?
And all of a sudden, Charlie's having a lot harder time concentrating when he's playing at the banana split.
And the church
But-
ladies have more rumors.
Because
Okay.
Ruby, you gotta warn me when you're gonna be working because I need to.
Oh, I know. I'm just this bright star in this dim world.
That's
I gotta show off my shoulder. She winks. Carries a drink over to somebody else.
Starting to think it's not a rumor, y'all.
when her tips go up, my tips go down. That's how this works. Because I'm not playing well.
Whatever. All right, very good. So I like that. So you're getting more into the community that way. So so you can think of that. I would write that down somewhere in your character sheet. Make sure you note that, because that is potentially like, hey, I want to use that's an asset, right? Potentially, if you want to get rumors or information from the people at the bar, right? Because you have access to that. So
I'm a
that's just sort
cocktail
of,
waitress. They're gonna spread rumors with me. They'll gossip.
yeah, something like that. So that's something you can use to. So the idea of spending XP on it is to give you story. Like there's some story there where you're becoming more part of the community, but it's also like, hey, there is something there. Does benefit your character.
I'll put that in notes. That's the only thing. Come on. What are you doing?
All right. Very cool. So we kind of have something. Is Bezo putting anything?
I already told you I'm gonna ruin the warden.
Okay.
That is my goal in life right now.
Are you like taking over the paper? What are you doing?
Oh no, I'm just writing exposés every chance they give me.
Okay. All right. So are you doing anything with the XP to give you that, or are you doing 3 or?
No, I'm just doing it.
Okay, so we'd have to do the tests for that then.
Yep.
Then Ivy, were you doing anything long term? Remember?
How much is the
Coven.
XP?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
3 XP.
3 XP. Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So then Ivy, come up with your young coven members.
Obviously, her brother.
Yeah, that's one of the other stuff. I like it.
We'll come up with names. So
Let me know if you need any books on witchcraft.
Very cool. So I like all that stuff. I'll go ahead and write it up and make sure you Discord it to me because as always, these things can inform if there's any arcs you want to add to your character too. All those you can add because you get XP as you complete your arcs. That start some stuff. Other than yep.
I'm not sure what's going on with my arc because it was healed from a wound, and I think I've like come to the point that I've accepted I have a fake leg, and I've been using it in bizarre and interesting ways.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me what you kind of feel like you did there.
Well, I think it was the fact that like she's not afraid for people to see it now. And she's been like she was like her first thought on helping people was, all right, I'm gonna give you the one thing that makes me look normal, and I'm gonna have a fox take it and run away with it.
I like that. Okay, so in that case, I kind of agree with you. I would go ahead and say you need to pick. You need once you grab another arc.
Okay.
In the meantime, I think basically we had 3 steps and a climax.
Yep.
So go ahead and take 10 XP.
Okay, I'm gonna take 7 so I can ruin the warden.
Okay. Because that's kind of how the arcs work there.
All right. Now I gotta find arcs. All right.
Very good. Yeah, there's like give you a word and all these types of things. So I like it. All right, in that case, anyone watching and people coming in and out, we're going to end for tonight as we ended with a little bit of stuff and come back with a little bit of time jump, what our people were getting into, and with some new travels into darkness for our people. So, with that, thank you all for watching and have a good night there, family.
That family.